Hello and welcome back to my channel. Something a little bit different. Recently I was contacted by a 14-year-old kid in America called Nicholas, and as with many people that email me, he was asking for help. Now, 14-year-old kids can run Etsy stores as long as you're over 13 and as long as your parents' financial details are in the store and the parents oversee the operation. It's perfectly Etsy legal to do so. And I thought I'd bring this into a store review today, something for the younger people and also everyone really that's selling on Etsy to get something out of this. So this is what Nicholas said. It's coming up on the screen now. I'll just read it out to you. He said, I'm 14. I started my print on demand business around 2 months ago, and I've got a little under 50 listings. Unfortunately, although my store looks relatively professional and my designs are not too bad, I only get 1 to 6 views a day. Something going on here, isn't there? Only 1 to 6 views, that's really low. And then he says, I know you're most likely very busy, but could you take a minute to look at my store to support the young entrepreneurs out there? Thank you so much. And you know what? Yes, I can. I'm here to support all sellers, including young sellers. And I thought this was a wonderful opportunity to look at what are young people doing? What Etsy stores do they have, and what are they thinking? What are they creating? So let's have a look at Nicholas's store. This is a store review. You're all going to get something out of this, and let's see what is holding this store back from making sales and making some money. Let's go. So here we are in Nicholas's store, Silly Styles Imperium, and as you can see immediately, it's a POD, funny POD t-shirt store. And the first thing that we need to know and understand about the store is it's new. It opened this year. It hasn't been open very long, I think about 6 weeks. So when we look at the inventory, how many items the store's got, it's got 47 items, and Nicholas did say he's listing 1 item a day. So that's actually correct for the amount of time that the store's been open. So first things first, the size of the store is very, very small. So Nicholas, one of the things which I'm sure you know if you've been watching my videos is this store needs to get a lot larger than it is now. Everybody, please listen to me. For every successful print-on-demand design you create, you're going to have 20, 30, 40, 50 failed designs. Right? Let's just get that into context. Let's understand how important that is. We see 47 items in the store, and we're going to get to the quality of the designs in a minute, right? But we see 47 items. Maybe if everything was perfect, you might get 1 or 2 winning designs out of this bunch. So that's the first understanding. Velocity, size of store that we're going to be dealing with. It's got to be big. You need to have a bigger store. I think you know this from the email that you sent to me. Okay, so now let's actually move into the designs themselves. So the store, it's clearly a humorous style, Gen Z style, and we need to have a look at the designs. So let's just see what's going on here. So when we look at the designs themselves, I see some things that I haven't seen on loads of other designs. I say some, but there's too many designs in here that I've seen many, many times before. So the Hustle Hard, blank harder t-shirt, napping is my cardio, cool beans, sofa king, retired stuff, eat, sleep, Netflix, repeat. Be careful of that one, Nicholas. You might want to take that out of your store because Netflix probably didn't give you permission to use their name, so get rid of that. Will work for tacos. I like coffee. I'm vintage. I don't care. All of this has been done millions and millions of times before. So as I say to many of my clients that I work with, your number one problem here in your store is design. You're going to have to get way more edgy. Get out on the edge. Get a bit more controversial, get a bit funnier, perhaps get a bit ruder in a way. Start to look further into humor and be a little bit more individual, because the more similar you are to other designs that are already out there, and just look on Etsy to see what those designs are, the less chance you've got of ever making sales. Once you start to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to do geeky humor, I'm going to do nerdy humor, I'm going to do what's called in England lads humour or guys humour, right? You start to focus in on a certain type of humour and start to be individual and unique in your designs and your fonts and the sizing. So you've really got to consider all these different things as to, well, okay, I've got 47 items in this store now, but what is all this going to look like when I get to 100 items? So you've got to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to set my stall out. I'm going to give my store an identity and a section in the world of t-shirt and apparel humour to live in. For example, let me make this clear to you, Nicholas, and everyone. Look at this t-shirt here, right? It's a humorous play on procrastinating, right? It's fish related. You can make a whole store just about dads fishing and fishing humour. You wouldn't believe the amount of stuff that sells around Father's Day to do with dads, sons and fishing. I'm not saying for you to necessarily do that. I'm just pointing out to you that by targeting into an area of humour, you're going to start to speak to customers in their language in that area that they want to buy from. For example, dads and sons who fish. There's a whole world there just for that one niche area. So my advice to you, you've got 47 items in your store now. What I'd like you to do is say to yourself, right, between now and getting to 100 items, I'm going to give this store a direction. So it's not just sort of general, all over the place humour. You're going to start to look into an area of humour, geeky, fishing, as I've said, for examples, that both work well on Etsy. And then focus your designs moving towards 100 into this area and pay great attention to the quality of the images that you're creating, because at the end of the day, your product is the design. Yes, it's the t-shirt, but you're not making it. The design is you. You're the design. So really think about context between fonts, images, how well they go together, and so on. And by all means, if you want, I'm very grateful for you sending me that email. If you want to send me some designs just so that I can check them, I'd be more than happy to support you on that. I'm all for supporting the next generation of Etsy sellers, and I when you emailed me, I couldn't wait to do this review for you. So ultimately, your goal isn't just to get to 100 items. You are going to push this store way beyond 100 items, 200 items, 300 items, and probably beyond there once designs start working. Remember what I said, 20, 30, 40, 50 designs to get one winner. So just to get 6, 7, 8, 9 designs, you might need 200, 300, 400 failures to get there. That's how this works. So make sure that you have designs on a really decent sized store. And just focus on quality and also mock-ups. You need to get decent mock-ups in. These plain flat lay mock-ups, white backgrounds. This was okay in 2016, 2017, but it's not okay now. Invest in getting model mock-ups, relevant mock-ups to your niche. So young people, urban photography, things like that. You're going to have to look for it. You're going to have to dig around to find mock-ups, but sellers on Etsy do them. Other companies do them as well. I strongly urge you to get decent mock-ups as well. That's going to strengthen your brand. So, Nicholas, I hope that helped you. If you want a store review, you put your store name in my comments. If you've got any comments about these reviews, let me know. If you want to work with me, don't guess, don't wait. Links to book a call with me are in the description. You can also book a free discovery call. There'll be a little square coming up on your screen saying book in now. That free discovery call is so that I can sit with you free of charge for 15 minutes to talk about how I can move your business forward. If you want to do the work that I outline in that call, then you'll have a paid consultation with me, and you can book that anytime with the links in the description. Wonderful to talk to you all. I look forward to speaking to you all in the next video. Cheers.